Hi, welcome along to AFTV, very special North London Derby special. I've got the F2 Freestylers here with me. Billy, Tottenham fan.
Yeah, I can't.
I didn't know that, man.
I know, Arsenal Fan TV, I'm here. I'm sure I'm going to get loads of abuse, but...
No, don't hate on him, he's a decent guy still. And Jez, who's a massive Arsenal fan.
Well, that's debatable.
Oh, shots fired straight away.
Shots fired.
You used to support... Let's move on. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. You can't say that. I was going to say United.
Listen, guys, it's a big game. Big game this weekend.
It's a massive game.
You confident?
Well, if we play like we did against Chelsea, I mean, we played some outstanding football. That's probably one of the best performances as a Spurs fan that I've seen. And if we can take that, but going to the Emirates and Arsenal being on form as well, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a really good match.
This is really even Stevens, isn't it? Because we've been performing all right this season.
We've been performing all right. The problem I've got is I feel like Spurs and Spurs fans they've maybe clawed a slight psychological edge when it comes to the derbies. So if anyone's a favourite, I'd probably say it's them. But we are at home, so that probably does level it out, saying that. But then they beat Chelsea last week, and Chelsea are class, man. I wouldn't even be confident of us beating Chelsea. And then Spurs have gone and done them. I don't know. To be honest, I know it sounds pessimistic, but I've been here before, and I'm managing my own expectations. I would actually be happy for a draw. I'd take it.
Like you're all for Spurs here, mate.
No, mate. I'm just being realistic with it. I think that Spurs they're a good team at the moment, aren't they? They're a good team.
But we're at home and we've been playing well. You know, I mean, Arsenal been on form this season and new manager and everything. And I think the beauty of this game, well, in one aspect, it's the beauty, right? Because it's so even. But then in the other aspect, it's a game as an Arsenal fan I can't handle it when I lose it. Yeah. I mean, what are you two like? I can imagine the banter between the two of you when one loses.
Do you know what? We don't really speak on derby days. We kind of go our separate ways, and we don't. I mean, I'll tell a lie. I've started to wind him up over the last couple of years since Spurs have started to get better. I must admit, I've been doing that a little bit. We don't normally talk to each other, do we? We've tried it a couple of times, and it gets to a point where it's quite heated, and we're like, no, this ain't good for the brand. Let's just go our separate ways on this.
You know what I'd love to see? Come on, it's good.
This is how
a fight breaks out, so like proper.
This is how it happened. So remember the days when we were like comfortably better than Spurs? They'd never finished. They'd never finished above us. That's when we didn't talk about it, because I was being a gentleman about it. Then all of a sudden, Spurs go and do us over. And then he wants to start bringing it up. Have you noticed? He's like, the last couple of years I've started rubbing it. It's because Spurs have gone and done us. But before that, I used to be like, no, I'm not going to do it to him. But he's just like, when it's him and he's in my shoes. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but I must be honest, we don't go too deep into each other. Like we don't really talk on match days, to be honest, when the derby day. We don't normally have any interaction. He goes his way and supports Arsenal, and I support Spurs with my mates. And we leave it there. And when we're filming, there might be a couple of subtle digs and stuff, but nothing too strong.
Yeah. Do you know why as well? Because in the grand scheme of things, the percentage of our fans that are actually Arsenal or Spurs fans is probably 1 or 2%. So we don't really like to focus too much on those two teams, because we like to appeal to just football lovers on a global scale. So that's why we don't really major on it too much. But in the privacy of our own home,
You know what? I was watching the video you guys done the other day with Ozil. That was a cool video. It must be brilliant working with guys. What Tottenham players have you worked with?
Well, do you know what? Saying that, this is where like the rivalry is there, obviously with Arsenal and Spurs, and between the two of us. But we do work with Spurs players, we work with Arsenal players, and when you work with them and you get to know them as people. When I'm watching Arsenal play and Ozil's in the team, not against Spurs, I want him to do well, because I know how nice he is and how down to earth and how much he respects us as well. So like there is an element of when you're in this professional field and you're working with the players, the rivalry does get taken out of it a little bit. And I'm sure it's the same with you, with Dele Alli, say for instance, Jez, like we've worked with him so many times, we're on a good relationship with the guys. So it's kind of awkward, because you want your team to do well, especially in derbies, but you're looking at Ozil thinking, I respect him, he's actually a nice guy. Whereas most Spurs fans wouldn't be saying that about Mesut Ozil. Probably.
That don't work for me. You know what happened? I took a picture one time with Dele Alli. I was like, the FIFA thing. I still get hammered for that now by Arsenal fans. They're killing me. I know he's only talking to me about my son, right? Because they was at the same academy, and Arsenal fans want to kill me for it.
that's harsh. Dele's a nice guy. And you know what? I totally agree with what Billy just said, because we filmed with Pochettino, and it was one of our best videos ever. And to this day, he's probably my favourite manager, because the way he treated us on that day, and me being an Arsenal fan, he totally welcomed us in as just two human beings, and it was one of the best days of my life, and I'm not even a Spurs fan, and that's because of Pochettino.
I think he wants to manage or something like that.
I don't know, but how can you?
Slow down.
But we're all right now. We've got Unai Emery, mate.
Can I say something about that, right? All the guys that were Wenger out, have they been proved right now? Because Emery hasn't really done. He's just got the players playing, right? Like the same players that were there last season now playing with full confidence and freedom, and they're picking up good results. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I think it's a valid point. I think that he does need to do a bit more, change it up a little bit more from the Arsene Wenger era. However, one thing I will say is there was a buzz and an excitement in the Arsenal ranks among the fans at the start of this season that hasn't been there for some years. And that's because it was something fresh and it was a new manager. And that in itself, I was quite happy for the change, if I'm honest. I like what Arsene done for us. We'll forever be grateful to him for. But sometimes it is time for a new chapter. And that's what this season felt like for me personally.
All right, guys, it's some prediction time. Predictions time. I know it's hard to call. Start with our guest.
Do you know what? I think it could be a draw, like a score draw, maybe 2-2. Depends if Harry Kane wants to finish you guys off or not. It could be a 3-2. Right. No, like, Harry Kane's a match winner. Like when he's on top form, he can.
Aubameyang.
Yeah, that's true.
Lacazette.
That's true. I'm not taking that away from you either, but it depends on what players out the three of them are on form. All right. So yeah, maybe I'll go 2-2.
If Dele plays, he scores. He always turns up in the big games and just nicks a goal.
I love the way you said that. Like, it's happening. You didn't say it like it was a suggestion or a prediction. You said Dele plays, he scores.
You say you win though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm waiting for that. He's so confident with it.
If you put me on the spot, I'd say 1-1 score draw.
1-1, both going for draws. All right. So what do you guys think? And listen, don't forget to get on their channel, right? We done a hilarious video of challenges on F2's channel with Jezza and Billy, and it is hilarious. So make sure you check it. Link is in the description. But listen, guys, keep up the good work. You guys are excellent. I love you both. I love you next week.
He looked straight in the question, he was like...
Yeah, I love you. After the North London derby, we talk. Because my thing is, I'm a bit more militant than him. I can't even see you. I can't see you that day. I called you a
couple of times. You answered the phone. And I was like, wow, this is quite a shock.
That's what it was before. But after, and if we lose, it could be a year before we talk.
Yeah, true. Top man, Rob. You're a legend.